Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to Get Hit with the Truth. So today we are doing the Ortiz Jr. versus Madrimov recap, as Virgil Ortiz Jr. defended the WBC Interim Super Welterweight Title at 154 and his undefeated record when he battled former WBA champion Israel Madrimov on the monster stacked Last Crescendo DAZN pay-per-view card brought to us by Riyadh Season and headlined by the Better Bia versus Bivol undisputed light heavyweight title rematch. Now, before we get into that, if you could smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel, I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I continue to build my channel here. So this fight was a really good, going in, everybody was interested in this fight and really could not wait to see what was going to happen. You know, was Ortiz going to step up to that level that a lot of people believe that he has, that potential? Or was Madrimov, the former champ, was he going to be able to school the younger Ortiz in this fight? I was a little bit more with the Madrimov thing, but I didn't necessarily think it was going to be a schooling. I thought it'd be a close competitive battle, but I thought Madrimov, being the more natural, better boxer, was going to be able to out-hustle the younger Ortiz and secure a decision. But I did feel he was going to win a clean decision. And I was wrong. And you know what, guys? I don't care when I'm wrong. Yeah, I would love to be right all the time like everybody. But it's funny when I get messages and people are like, oh man, you were wrong about that. Like, okay, guys, it's okay. Like, I like Virgil Ortiz. I think he's a good fighter. I didn't know, how good he was based on what I seen. Madrimov took Terrence Crawford to the limit. Maybe Terrence Crawford was overlooking him a little bit. We don't know. But the point is that it makes me laugh that people think that, like, it really gets under my skin. It doesn't. I love boxing. I love boxing. I love boxing. I love being surprised in boxing. And Virgil Ortiz definitely surprised me in this fight, because it wasn't that he won the fight that surprised me. It was how he won. First off, Madrimov, made the mistake of moving too much in the first half of the fight. Ortiz is there to be hit. You can counterpunch the kid. Yeah, you're probably going to take some shrapnel back for sure. Ortiz can hit. But the point is he should have been just center of the ring, turning Ortiz and counterpunching. And honestly, I think if he would have done that, he probably would have won the fight overall. Because yeah, I felt like he was winning early, but I didn't feel like it was overwhelmingly and convincing. There was a lot of close rounds, and I did not feel Madrimov really put his foot on the gas pedal or fought the right kind of fight. He was moving a lot, he was countering, he was feinting a lot. He's there to throw rhythm off. I mean, ask Crawford. That's exactly what he did, was throw his rhythm off. But, the difference is when you have a chess player like Crawford, he can try to figure that out in a certain way and box. When you have a consummate grinder like Ortiz that's just going to keep coming no matter what, eventually you're going to tire down a little bit, and it's not going to be a chess match. Like Crawford, Crawford's a mover, and so is Madrimov. So I think it worked a little bit better for Madrimov against Crawford because they're both movers and counter punchers and boxers. For Ortiz is just a guy that's going to stalk you, and that's what he did. And finally, around, I'd say rounds 4, 5, 6 in that area, Ortiz started finding a home. He started landing more, cutting the ring off as Madrimov kind of wore down. And then Ortiz just picked up his work rate, and it was a gradual to get there. And then in the late rounds, he started nailing big shots and took over. And I thought it was a very good game plan out of Virgil Ortiz. Smart one too. As he kind of just slowly built himself, kept the fight close, and then boom, took over the fight. And he won majority of that second half of the fight, and that's what won it for him. It was somewhat close, but I thought Ortiz won like a 115, 113, 116, 112 type fight, 7 rounds of 5-8 to 4, but it was convincing, and there's no doubt there. And that's what surprised me, is I thought if Ortiz was going to beat Madrimov, it would be extremely close. But I didn't think it was extremely close. I thought Ortiz outworked him, and I thought he out-hustled him, and he took a decision against a fighter that was going for a decision. And when you got guys like that, it's tough to win a decision against a guy who's probably maybe the better boxer. But Ortiz, overall, just outworked him and out-hustled him, and it was a smart, intelligent fight, and Ortiz impressed me in this one. I still want to see more, obviously. You know, I still want to see if Ortiz might have been overlooking Sergey Bohachuk, you know, and that's why we saw that kind of performance, or maybe Bohachuk is better than Madrimov, but Ortiz really gained a lot of credits back in this one. He really did, to prove himself and be sitting at the top. And he's got a big name. He's undefeated. He's the interim champ. I can't wait to see what he does next and what gets ordered for him. You know, and we're going to cover that when we discuss our What's Next video. But Israel Madrimov, disappointing performance out of him. Yes, he's going to get more opportunities, of course, in the future. But he really, in my opinion, did not show up the way he showed up against Crawford in this fight, you know. And again, there's a million different reasons as to why, but I just thought we were going to get a better performance out of him. So that's it. That's what I got. That is my Ortiz Jr. versus Madrimov recap video as they collided for the interim WBC Super Welterweight title on the stacked Riyadh season last crescendo DAZN pay-per-view card that was headlined by Beterbiev and Bivol in their rematch. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing, and you've been hit with the truth.